Hi everyone, thank you so much for stopping by today. This video is part of the Honeybee Stamps Perfect Picnic YouTube hop. Make sure you check the description box for all of the information about the hop today. I'm going to be creating this project as part of this video, and I am going to be using a brand new set from Kelly Taylor. Kelly designed this for the Perfect Picnic release. This set is called Summer Smiles. It is so stunning. You can see the gorgeous artwork that Kelly has designed here. There are so many lovely sentiments as part of this set for both outside and inside your card, and the beautiful florals and foliage, which are just so stunning. I am so excited. There is a coordinating stencil for this set, which is wonderful for anyone who likes to ink blend on their stamped images. And then, of course, there's a coordinating die set that cuts out all of the images and the sentiments. Now I have a piece of white cardstock in my MISTI, and I'm just going to go ahead and condition the stamps here with my skin, with my fingers, just to take off any residue from the manufacturing process. And I am going to be heat embossing, so I'm going to take an anti-static powder tool and treat the paper over on the right with that anti-static powder, and in that way the embossing powder is only going to stick to the ink that I'm going to be using here on the stamps. So I'm inking up the stamp with some clear embossing ink, and I'm going to go ahead and transfer that onto the paper here by pressing that down onto the paper. I'll repeat that same process several times so that I know I've got a really good transfer of that clear ink. I'll go ahead and take that out of my MISTI. And now I'm going to just take some gold embossing powder and cover all of that stamping with this powder. And of course, that powder sticks to that clear embossing ink, which is always super fun. It's always fun to see the image revealed when you go over it with a powder that has some color to it. So in this case, we have gold, and I'm just making sure that I have covered all of the different areas, all of the foliage. I'll just tap off the excess there. I'll clean that powder up, and then I'll go ahead and take my heat tool and melt that embossing powder. This just takes a few seconds. Honestly, it doesn't take long at all. I like to sometimes heat the back a little bit as well, and then go ahead and heat the front. What that does is it just makes it takes less time to heat the front when you heat the back a little bit. So once that's all melted, we can just see this beautiful shiny gold imagery that will be all ready for our ink and our ink blending. So I do have a grip mat on my desk, and I've taped stencil number 1 onto my images. So I'm not going to show you putting the stencils on because my head has to be over top of the stencil and it just gets in the way there. So each one of the stencils has a number etched on it. This is stencil number 1. And I am starting off with the lightest value of color that I'm going to be using. So I'm going to color all of the florals a really pretty peach tone. And I wanted to use a color palette of peach and navy blue today. I thought that would be really pretty and something a little different. So I started off with the lightest, and now I'm going in with the medium value of peach with a smaller brush. And this is the same stencil. And I'm just adding a little bit of darker shading to just kind of like the lower edges of each of the petals. And in that way, it just creates a sense that the top edge of the petals has some light hitting it, and then in towards the center of the flower, it's a little bit darker. And it just adds contrast, makes it look a little more interesting. Now this is the second stencil, and I'm just feeling the openings with my finger. When you see me touching the stencil, I'm just feeling for the openings. And I love that there's so many stencils in this set because it allows you to it actually allows you to stay away from colors touching each other when you're working your way around the floral. And it just allows you to get a little bit more detail on your images. So I love that there's so many stencils in this set. It's a really great value, I think. So with each one of the subsequent stencils, you'll just see me going through, adding that lightest color of peach, going in with a smaller brush and adding that darker value. And sometimes I do masking, but you really don't have to. They've done a really great job of spacing things out on these stencils so that it's not really a problem. But because I'm doing this for a video and I want to make sure that I don't have any oopsies, I do just make sure as an extra precaution that sometimes I do use a little bit of masking tape to make sure that my green doesn't blend into the peach, for example. Now, again, with the leaves, I'm just going in with the lightest color of green for the base and then going in with a smaller brush to add a darker value at the base of the leaves. It just adds that nice contrast. It makes them just look a little bit more alive and interesting. And I like that. I like doing that. It's really easy to do. It's really fun. And usually when we buy inks, we buy them so that we do have different values of a color. So you might as well use them. I think this is a really great way to use them, actually. So you can just see I'm going in with the lightest and then a darker. And I do actually add a third value to the base of the leaves. I do have a darker green in this set of colors. And you'll see me here in a second. That's just the middle value that I'm using there on that leaf. I'll get the middle value done, and then after I'll add in a darker value, a third value of the green, which is going to add just a really, really pretty contrast. Now you'll notice that as I'm working on this, once we see the project when it's finished, a lot of the times it looks faded out. And what happens with these inks is they do dry back lighter. So that's something to be aware of when you're doing your ink blending. So if you know that you want the colors to be a little bit bolder, don't be afraid to go darker. I tend to be a little bit light-handed with color. Oftentimes, like if I'm painting or whatever I'm doing, I often am a little bit lighter handed. But if you do want something to be a bit more bold, just be mindful that oftentimes dye inks do dry back and they do lighten up as they dry. And you'll just see that here I'm going in with this medium value of peach, really heavy with this stencil, so that I am getting a really good contrast. And like I said, when it dries back, it's going to dry lighter. You won't see it as much of a contrast as it looks like it is here, but it will be darker than the lighter areas. So very, very easy to do. And I love that there's this, with this Perfect Picnic release, there's a few sets that do have coordinating stencils. So make sure you watch for that when you're looking at the release in the Honeybee shop. It's really fun that they've used some coordinating stencils with some of these sets to give us the versatility of just allowing us some different options for coloring. I really like that. I love stencils. I love layering stencils, and the Honeybee stencils are so good. I love that they are clear so that you can really see your image as you're coloring it. And I love that they do have the etching of the entire image on the stencil, so it's super easy to line it up. This darker green is just looking so pretty on here. I love that so much. I think it's just a really great contrast. Now we're moving down to the next set of stencils, which are for the images I've stamped on the bottom of the white cardstock. I apologize, I'm a little bit off the center of the camera here. But you can see it's just basically the same as what I did for the top florals, going in with the lightest color of peach for the base layer and then using the smaller brush and the darker peach to add that contrast. And we're just going to end up with two beautiful florals here and that greenery. Now, the really cool thing about this set is, of course, you can stamp this out as many times as you want. You'll see how I cut these images apart a little bit, especially the top one for my project today. These pieces, the largest one there is just so big that there's so many ways that you could use that. I really love that about this set, and I love that, you know, obviously Kelly was thinking about that when she designed this. When you've got that large floral piece there, it just gives you so many different ways of using it. It's very versatile. And And then, of course, you've got that small bloom so that if you wanted to stamp the small bloom multiple times and make a bouquet out of that, you could definitely do that as well. So I'm going to set that ink blending aside, and now I'm going to start to work on the card front. And I wanted to create some more heat embossing on this navy cardstock just because I thought it would be just a really cool contrast for the peach. So I've got a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch piece of navy cardstock in my MISTI. I've added the anti-static powder tool, and I'm going to ink up my images with the clear embossing ink. I'll transfer that ink onto the paper, and then again, just as I did before, I'm adding that same gold embossing powder. Now, what's really neat about this, and I wanted to mention, is you could just use this as your card front for another card. This is another technique for another project. This could be a card front here, right? All on its own without the die cuts. Just using the stamp and doing a single layer card. This is stunning on its own. You could just simply put a sentiment on here and it would just be a really stunning card. So I'm just heating that, melting that. And now I'm going to use the Sweet Stacks rectangles. This is a set that is retiring. I think it is still available at this point in time, but if you don't have a stacking rectangle die set yet in your stash, I highly recommend this one. It's awesome. And I'm just going to go ahead and die cut out a piece of this for my card front. So I'll just run that through my die cutting machine. Once I've got that die cut, I do have this really nice rectangle that I am going to add onto a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch card front. And these pieces are going to lay together for the background of our die cuts of our ink blending pieces that we ink blended. So you can see those are die cut now using the coordinating dies. And at this point, I wasn't really sure how I was going to use this. So I'm going to kind of put it in various places on the project. But I wanted to just show you, you could simply just do this one bloom with a couple of the foliage pieces, and that could be your project there. But I want to show you some other options with how you can use this. I'm going to go ahead and add some foam adhesive onto the back of the smaller rectangle that has the heat embossing on it. I'll get a nice layer of this foam adhesive on the back, take the backer off of it, and I'll add some of the Honeybee liquid adhesive on top of that, just so that it'll just give me a little bit of time to move this around so that I can get it centered-ish on the front of this other navy piece of cardstock. So once I've got that centered and placed onto our card front here, now I'm ready to start thinking about where I'm going to put our die cut pieces. So doesn't the peach look so pretty on that navy? I just love that. And this is where I'm realizing that I'm going to have lots of pieces that I can cut up of that top floral to kind of round out some of the different areas. So I'm just going to go ahead and take some repositionable adhesive and put those pieces down on the front. I'm being really mindful not to chop the floral up into too many pieces. And I'll just go ahead and flip it over and cut the excess off that's overhanging off the edge. And I really like how that looks. It's really pretty. And I'm going to add some foam adhesive onto the backs of these pieces and then get them back into place. I'll do that with both pieces in each of the diagonal corners. And once I have those placed with the foam adhesive, I'm going to show you first here. You could also put it just on the inside layer rather than taking it right out to the outside. You could put it on this inside layer here like so and build out your project from there. But I kind of liked it all the way out to the edge. So it's just whatever your eye likes. And I'm going to put foam adhesive squares on the back of each of these pieces, each of these florals, and get them down onto my card front. And if you don't want the dimension, you wouldn't have to use any of the foam adhesive that you've seen me use. You can definitely do this all as a single or as a flat card. So love how that looks. I think that's really pretty. But now we've got some foliage pieces to think about and how can we use this piece that I have cut off. So I'm going to show you how I layer these pieces up a little bit so that we're not wasting. We could also use this on just another card, right? But I would never throw this out. After all of that work of stenciling, I would never throw this out. I always try to use these pieces on my project. As you're watching me do these next few steps, I just want to remind you, make sure you check out the other videos that are part of this hop. I have linked them up in the description box below, as well as the instructions for the hop. Make sure that you leave comments on all of the videos and all of that good stuff. Make sure you like and subscribe and all those things to be part of the giveaway for the hop. And now you can just see how nice that layers up in that top corner. And I'm going to use more of the leaves and the little floral pieces as well, just to layer them in. So here I want some more leaves over here in this area. I'm just going to chop off some of that piece and then stick this in here. And then in that way, we've got more leaves in the bottom corner. So I'll just get that positioned. I've got a little foam square in behind there, and I'll just go ahead and flip that over and trim that off. And just go ahead and this is a really simple and easy way to trim those excess pieces off. But I really love the contrast of that navy. I think that looks really good. And I'm just going to go ahead and add some of the little foliage and floral pieces, the petals. Just going to go ahead and stick those in here and there to just make sure that I haven't wasted any of the pieces. So that is going to be how that looks. And I actually went ahead and just stamped out one of the sentiments from the Summer Smiles set. This one says, "Thinking of You." I stamped it out in navy ink on white cardstock and used the coordinating die to die cut that out, and then just use some foam adhesive on the back of the sentiment. I'm using the Harvest Pearl stickers in gold. These are just some little matte gold pearls, and of course they have the adhesive on the back, which is wonderful. I'm going to just go ahead and place these here and there, and that is just going to finish off my project. Friends, don't forget to check out the description box for all of the details of the YouTube hop for the Perfect Picnic release from Honeybee Stamps. This is a great release. Make sure you check it out. It is so much fun. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.